All right, Steve, so tell us, how do we start this program?
First of all, 459 West Lancaster Avenue in the great city or town of Devon, Pennsylvania. And again, we're going to start every show like we do with Just Do the Deal and woo! Now we're rolling.
Now we are rolling, ladies and gentlemen, and we are rolling into the month of May here at the all-new Devon Nissan. And as Steve just said, 459 West Lancaster Avenue, Route 30 here in the heart of Devon, where Steve loves to say,
just do the deal.
And with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of things, Steve. First of all, Devon PA, we want folks to know that no matter where you're watching us in the entire tri-state area, there's a lot of folks that are watching us, of course, here in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, lots of folks watching us in the Garden State of New Jersey, and lots of folks watching us in the First State of Delaware. We are closer than you think to all of those locations. For example, Steve, if you are watching us in the great northeast of Philadelphia, we're not that far from there, are we?
We're from northeast Philly, true northeast Philly, which is somewhere around the street of Copman. It'd take you about 40 minutes to get here from northeast Philly. Down the road a piece in North Philly, right off the Schuylkill, it's about 30 minutes. Center City, 30 minutes. We're 12 minutes off the Blue Route on exit 13. If you're coming from any of the other ways, east to west, and coming around there, like from Allentown, you come down, you get off at exit 13, we're 12 minutes from there. I was thinking about it the other day. I said, you know, when I first got here, first bought this dealership, I was saying to myself, and again, I was in northeast Philly, you know, lower northeast, upper north, on corner of Bustleton and Roosevelt, and I said to myself, where the hell is Devon, Pennsylvania? I didn't even know. You know what I mean? Because I've never come out here. People from over there don't come out here for much. You know, we don't do our shopping over here, and obviously people from Devon probably don't go to northeast Philly shopping. It's like two different parts of the world. But then I said to myself the other day, I said, you know, some people have said to me, oh, it's going to take a long time to get there. We're 30 minutes from Philadelphia. We're 45 minutes from Allentown. Camden is probably 10 minutes from downtown Philly, Camden, New Jersey. Would that make sense? So then you're another 30. So hey, you're 40 minutes from Camden, New Jersey. I've heard people coming in from cities, towns like Vineland, Atlantic City, Vineland, all those areas in that around that Vineland area, Cherry Hill. They tell me it's 45 minutes to an hour. I've got two sales managers that live up in Mount Laurel. It takes them about 50 minutes to get here.
What about those folks that are, say, coming from Reading? You were sharing something with me, the folks at home. If they don't realize this is an easy place to get to, especially from Reading.
35 minutes from Reading. I think it's right down 422. Yep. At the end of 422. We're right here at the end of 422, right by the King of Prussia Mall. And everybody knows where the King of Prussia. We're exactly 8 minutes from King of Prussia. Yeah, baby, let's go. 2019 Nissan Sentra, sign and drive, $159 a month. 2019 Rogue S, all-wheel drive, $209 per month, sign and drive. The all-new Ultima 2019 SR, $219 per month, sign and drive. Remember, no cap cost reduction at the all-new Devon Nissan. Large 55-inch 4K Smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile. Trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and don't forget, we're closer than you think. You know me, Philly. Just do the deal.
As you were talking to me today as I arrived, you said to me, Greg, this month is going to be a huge, brand new Nissan month. And one of the reasons why is because some of the great opportunities that you and your team have put together. Now, if you've been watching this program in the past, Steve, make no mistake about it that you like to sell cars. Make no mistake about it that you like to put out the best possible offers and deals. Yes. So with that in mind, Steve, let's talk about brand new Nissans here at the all-new Devon Nissan.
Okay, we're going to start off with the latest and the greatest, and one of my old-time favorites is the Nissan Sentra. Okay, we've got one that you can get right now. It's called the Sign and Drive, okay, which is no cap cost reduction at all. And people like that when you don't have to, when you look at a lot of, if you go online right now, you'll see that the Nissan Sentra, they have a, I want to say a 159 or a 169, but it's with $3,500 down.
No good.
Who wants to put $3,500 down?
A lot of people don't have it.
I've got $10 less at 159. with zero cap cost reduction.
Hey.
That's the deal.
Wow. So you're talking about $159 a month. You're also talking about zero cap cost reduction, sign and drive. Now, somebody hears the words no cap cost reduction, zero cap cost reduction. Can you kind of explain that to what that means for the folks that may not be familiar with that?
Well, on any what we call equity purchase program, on the equity purchase, you can go 24, 36 months, keep it short term. Most of the times dealers want to get, because when you shorten that term up, every $1,000 you put down reduces that payment by $30. So if you put $3,000 down, that reduces that payment $90. So if you have a $169 payment and you don't want to put that $3,000 down, you have to add $90 to that payment, which is now 90 on top of 169 would be 259 would be 100, or 269 would be 100, so $259 a month plus tax.
Wow.
And the tax on top of that will be about $275 a month for a Nissan Sentra.
So when you talk about no cast, or actually zero cap cost reduction, that's huge. That is huge in itself.
That's huge in itself, because let's face it, if you're going to do the equity purchase, which is sometimes referred to as a lease, we refer to it here at Devon Nissan as an equity purchase program. I can show you how you can pay for that car for 36 months. And I can also show you how people think that you can't own it. I can show you in 36 months how you're going to own that automobile also. At the end of the 36, I can show you exactly. So your payments aren't wasted. You're still paying for the first half of the car. But it's $159 a month with zero cap cost reduction.
Just sign and drive. And Steve, when it comes to the Sentra at $159 a month, Steve, what do you say to that?
Just do the deal.
All right, now, that is one of the core vehicles in the Nissan lineup.
Yes.
And then, of course, you have a very popular vehicle that month after month, week after week, and year after year continues to grow in popularity. We are talking about the Nissan Rogue. It is an entry into the sport utility line, but it is a hot seller. And I know for a fact, you've shared this with me many times. You said to me, Greg, as quick as we get them in, as quick as they go out. Steve, what is it about the Nissan Rogue that is so special, and why is it that folks love it so much?
Well, first of all, Nissan has always prided themselves in having one of the best lease programs out there on that particular vehicle. They've also prided themselves in having the biggest rebates. So you can buy one of those automobiles starting at $22,000, $21,800, $22,400, in that range there for a sport utility. And by the way, that sport utility, that SUV right there, still as of right now is the #1 selling sport utility in the country.
That's amazing, amazing.
And you're taking the #1 selling sport utility and you're giving it these huge rebates and these low monthly payments. How can you not win with that car?
You certainly are going to love this vehicle. Now, Steve, how does that translate to a sign and drive opportunity here at the all-new Devon Nissan for the month of May?
Well, I'm going to tell you, we have a sign and drive right now on the Nissan Rogue. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we've gotten it down to, with zero cap cost reduction.
It's the all-wheel drive.
And it's the all-wheel drive S. Okay, so it's got some equipment in it. And it's an all-wheel drive. It is not a front-wheel drive. A lot of them advertise front-wheel drive. And you'll find out when you get in there, it's $40 more a month for the all-wheel. This is an all-wheel drive at I believe it's $209.
$209 a month. Now, I know originally when you heard that number,
I cringed.
Steve, have you ever seen a Rogue with this kind of an opportunity, sign and drive at that kind of a crazy number? I mean, that's amazing.
Well, the national ad is $279.
That's a huge discount.
Yeah, I mean, it's $279 with $3,700 down. All right, mine's zero cap cost reduction, sign and drive at $209 plus tax.
And not only is it a great affordable vehicle, but in addition to the affordability of it, you're getting yourself a very popular vehicle. Now, that's interesting because a lot of guys that have a #1 selling product on almost any line of business generally do not give a special on it. They think, it's going to sell itself. You think differently here at the all-new Devon Nissan. Why would you take a #1 selling vehicle like the Rogue and put it on special, zero cap cost reduction, sign and drive at $209 a month?
See, to me, everybody thinks differently, okay? But some people, some dealers, some sales managers at these stores will take a vehicle and advertise it as a low monthly payment, and they got 3 of them to sell.
Well, that doesn't help.
You only got 3. So
what about all the other people?
That's what I'm saying. So if everybody came in the first week and you sold those first 3, what are you going to do the rest of the month?
You're in trouble.
This is a 1-month business. We can't sell all the cars we need to sell for a month in 3 days. So I try to find the car that we have the most in stock, which is normally our Sentra, our Altima, and our Rogue. We have an abundance amount of them because I order them all I want. Those are the vehicles I'm going to put on sale because I can sell 50, 60 of those in 1 month. I can sell 30 or 40 Sentras, 30 or 40 Altimas, another 30 or 40. I'm going to give the deal on the vehicle that I have enough of that so I can just supply and demand. So people come in, there's the vehicle, there's what you want. Now, if you jump up in model and you want to go to the SV, or if you want to go to the SL, or you want to go into the sunroofs and leather and everything else, you're going to pay a little bit more for that automobile. But still, at $209, you're getting everything you need in a car.
Somebody once told me with specials, and in particular this one, that is probably, now this came from somebody that, has these little sayings, the cheapest date in town is right here at the all-new Devon Nissan. Where did I hear that before?
You're exactly right. Hey, listen, we just talked about how far it is. Obviously, I'm mentioning to the people out there about how to get here and how little
closer
time
than you think.
It's closer than you think. So I know that there's a problem and a perception problem out there when they hear my ads to say, geez, I'd like to go out and see Steve, and he does have an inexpensive automobile, but honey, my God, where's Devon PA? And they say, it's too far, honey, don't worry about it. We'll try to buy it here locally. That's why I'm explaining to you folks, it's a half hour from most major areas around here. Okay, now, if you get into Jersey, you may travel 45 minutes to an hour.
It's going to save a lot of money.
But if you're going to save thousands of dollars, why not take the trip, okay? That's what I say first. And then second of all, I've got to sell some cars. And I've always, even in the other location, Greg, you know what we're all about. We're all about selling cars.
You're going to do whatever it takes to make a deal.
I'm going to do whatever it takes. You come in, you sit down, and you say, this is what I want to pay. As unreasonable as it may sound in the beginning to us, eventually we're going to try to get to that number for you if that's what you can afford and that's the car you want.
So are you saying, Steve, that you kind of bend a little bit under the duress of a situation?
Hey, listen, that 209 could be 199 if you twist my arm. It could be 189 if you really twist my arm. All right? Again, hey, listen,
You're really pulling the curtain back for us today, Steve.
Yeah, what do they say? Cash is king. You got the money. I've got to, you're the customer. I've got to do what I can to get you in the car, okay? And a lot of people come in and say, hey, listen, my credit's been banged up a little bit. Do I still qualify? Yes, you do. You still qualify for a low monthly payment.
You love credit amnesty.
I love credit amnesty. We're going to call and try to get an exception to anything that you bring up. You know what I mean? And you've heard it before from us. You get here. We have banks. I have, and not a lot, I have 2 banks that I know for sure that we have guaranteed credit approval. I don't preach that on every one of these shows, okay? But we have a guaranteed credit approval also. I mean, I can...
That pretty much says they're going to say yes in every situation.
I can get, no matter how banged up everybody thinks their credit is or whatever the problem is and whatever you've had down the road, I can almost guarantee you'll get in a car somehow, some way, with a little flexibility. I can get you in a car because I got banks that will step out that far and get you in a car if you want it.
So, Steve, when it comes to the #1 selling SUV, the Rogue, it's the S model, $209 a month, sign and drive, 0 cap cost reduction. Steve, what do you say to that?
Just do the deal. Yeah, baby, let's go. 2019 Nissan Sentra, sign and drive, $159 a month. 2019 Rogue S, all-wheel drive, $209 per month, sign and drive. The all-new Altima 2019 SR, $219 per month, sign and drive. Remember, no cap cost reduction at the all-new Devon Nissan. Large 55-inch 4K Smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile. Trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and don't forget, we're closer than you think. You know me, Philly. Just do the deal.
Moments ago, Steve, you mentioned the Sentra, and of course you just mentioned the Rogue, but you also mentioned another one of the core vehicles, the Altima. The Altima, everybody knows about the Nissan Altima. It's got a great name, it's got a great reputation, and I'm pretty certain that Steve is about to make a big-time offer on the Altima.
Well, let me tell you something. The Altima, again, is another big selling automobile. I think everybody knows what an Altima is. In fact, since I bought Nissan, I've seen, every time I look around, there's an Altima, there's an Altima, there's Altimas all over the place. So I've got a lot of room out here in Devon, Pennsylvania to catch up with a lot of the big boys out there to try to sell some of these Altimas, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's going to be my core vehicle for the month of May. I'm going to try to deliver 60 Altimas, and I've got them in stock.
Whoa,
all right,
that's a big number.
That's a big number. Now, to get to the price on that one, this may sound like a little bit more money than maybe what you're going to be seeing online, but I'm going to give you a better car for the dollars. I researched all the models, and every model has a different value of how they figure it for these 3-month or 3-year programs, equity purchase programs. So I took the vehicle with the lowest rate in the Altima lineup and the greatest amount of residual and the biggest bang for the buck. That if I was looking for an Altima, would I go to the base Model S with very little in it, or would I step it up and get into a sport model, which they call the SR, which is fully equipped, loaded in an SR, and pay another $20 a month for a car that's got a ton of equipment in it?
Really?
Which would be $219 a month. Now, you've seen these things advertised for $209, but they're base models. And again, they're worth $3,000, $3,500 down. All the ones I researched in the general marketplace within 45 minutes of this store. Researched every one of the dealers. And they're averaging $3,000 to $3,500 down in each one of these stores. I'm telling you now, zero cap cost reduction.
Whoa.
Sign and drive on an SR, not an S, but an SR Sport 2019. I was going to say 2020. So
not yet.
They're not here yet. But at 2019, pick it out. Pick whatever SR you want. It's only going to be $219 a month.
Now, Steve, are you sure that's right? $219 a month. It's, as you said, lots and lots and lots of equipment. $219 a month. Sign and drive. Zero cap cost reduction on an SR Sport Nissan Altima. Steve, are you sure that you want to do that deal? Are you positive?
Let me tell you something. We talked about it a long time in there. That same car should have been $249 a month.
Your managers were a little nervous.
Yeah, they were a little nervous on the deal. But I said, guys, listen, we've got 50 to 60 Altimas in stock. Let's not go with the base model. And everybody knows when they get that low monthly payment that they're probably going to come in and say, I'm going to have to pay a little bit more because they're going to want something in the car. All right? And that's what everybody's hoping for. I said, why don't we do this? Why don't we just start at the right car, which is the sport model, which is really the one that everybody wants, and keep that monthly payment reasonably for everybody else. So if you're going to pay $218, $219 somewhere else for an S and put down $3,000, why not do zero cap cost reduction?
Sign and drive.
Sign and drive. Buy an SR that's got a lot more equipment in it and pay the same money. Yeah, baby, let's go. 2019 Nissan Sentra, sign and drive, $159 a month. 2019 Rogue S, all-wheel drive, $209 per month, sign and drive. The all-new Altima 2019 SR, $219 per month, sign and drive. Remember, no cap cost reduction at the all-new Devon Nissan. Large 55-inch 4K Smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile. Trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and don't forget, we're closer than you think. You know me, Philly. Just do the deal.
So behind us, we have a little sampling of what you have nicknamed college grad smart TVs. 4K.
Yep.
Now, how does a person end up with one of these beautiful smart TVs in their trunk or in their back seat?
All you have to do is first get off the couch.
That's easy.
Come on down.
Minutes away.
Challenge us to either pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Challenge us to get your credit through.
Even if you've been to other places and they said, no, no, no.
Exactly. Anybody can say no, no, no. It's a lot easier just saying, to me, saying yes, 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 okay? Than just saying no, 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 no.
Remember, he buckles under pressure.
That's right. Exactly right. I do not want anybody leaving this store. There's one door out, one door in, one door out, one door in. There's 2 doors in the store, and I'm telling you what, I watch both of them. And I make sure nobody leaves unless you leave with a car. So you make us an offer. I don't care what your credit is. I don't care if you bring in this car that you owe 20 grand on, and everybody's been telling you it's worth 3. I'm getting you out of the car. I'm going to get you in one of my cars, and I'm going to put my sticker on the back of it, and we're going to be proud partners together for the next 3 to 5 years, 6 years, however long you want to do your loan. And we're going to be partners in all this.
And that's where you get the TV, because it's included with your purchase.
It's included with your purchase. And again, let's just go over the TV. It's a 4K. It has the apps. It has the internet capability. You've got a motion rate, a 120, 4K, latest technology.
College graduate.
I like to refer to it because there's so much stuff on the box. To me, it's got to be you got to go to college just to understand this stuff.
Steve, what do you say to the deal with the large flat screen 4K 55-inch smart TV included with the deal?
Just do the deal. Yeah, baby, let's go. 2019 Nissan Sentra, sign and drive, $159 a month. 2019 Rogue S, all-wheel drive, $209 per month, sign and drive. The all-new Ultima 2019 SR, $219 per month, sign and drive. Remember, no cap cost reduction at the all-new Devon Nissan. Large 55-inch 4K smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile. Trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and don't forget, we're closer than you think. You know me, Philly. Just do the deal.
Steve, I want to touch on credit amnesty and trade amnesty. We cannot say enough about those programs. Let's go back in time a little bit. When you first came to the Philadelphia scene and the adoption process of becoming one of Philadelphia's own began, you brought the concept of credit amnesty and trade amnesty. And not only did you bring it, Steve, but you hung your hooks in it. And you used it to help so many people up and down, all around, to get into a car that really came to you expecting, in a lot of cases, whether it was a credit issue or upside down in the trade, not to leave in a vehicle. But over the years, you have proven it time in and time out again. And even your salespeople sometimes, when they see a deal in front of them, they say there is no way we're getting it done until you and your team look at it and find a way to get it done. So, Steve, tell us more about those programs and how much it can help the folks out there, the credit amnesty and trade amnesty here at the all-new Devon Nissan, where Steve loves to say,
just do the deal.
Tell me more about it.
Okay, watch. When I first came to town quite a few years ago, I came here and I said, what can I do that nobody else is doing? So I watched all the ads. I seen the TV. I went on YouTube. I seen this. I seen that. And I said, everybody's advertising low monthly payments. They're advertising this is a car for this and that. But I said, you know something? What is it they're not advertising? And I said, I had a lot of success when I was in Florida with 2 segments of an ad. Okay, everybody knows they can go in and get a low monthly payment. Everybody knows they can buy a car for the most part, okay? But here's what people don't know. You've got people with, again, had some credit issues for whatever reason. They could have been out of work. There could have been a divorce. Bad things happen to good people.
Every day.
Every day. Myself included, I've had bumps in the road. I'm sure you have growing up. We all have. I don't care who you are.
And your credit doesn't define who you are.
And your credit doesn't define who you are, especially here. Now,
and everybody is somebody, for sure.
Exactly. And the first thing dealers ask that I noticed is they come in and the first thing they're asking is what's your credit score? And that's going to determine how long and how hard they're going to work on that credit deal. Okay? The lower the credit score, the quicker they try to get you out of the store, and then they're asking for $5 to $8 grand down right away. And then you tell them you got a trade that you owe 18 on, and he looks it in the book and it's worth 4. He goes, ask these people nicely to leave. We'll get back to them later on.
Oh, that's not good.
That's when the work starts. So if I did nothing else, if I said you're not going to get a Sentra for $159, you're not going to get a Rogue for $209, or you're not going to be able to get a 219 Ultima SR Sport. If I said you weren't going to get any of that, and all I did for this half hour is talk to you folks out there. Now keep in mind, 68 to 70% of these folks that are in this greater Philadelphia metro market.
And a little bit of the Lehigh Valley.
In Lehigh Valley, Camden, Trenton.
Down to the shore.
Down to the shore, South Jersey, I guess they call that.
Oh, yeah. Delaware.
Delaware, Reading.
Allentown.
All of it. 68 to 70% of the people are below a 600 FICO score, which does not qualify you for a car in every case.
But not here.
But not here. Now watch. That credit score also, because the last time you bought a car, probably paid a high interest rate. So the first 2 to 3 years is all interest. You still owe probably what you borrowed. Now you become upside down in your trade.
Uh-oh.
So now what happens?
More troubles.
More troubles. I know this. If I could just sell those two things without all the payments and with all the extra goodies and the TV. I mean, most people say, hey, listen, I couldn't buy a car nowhere. And I had a lady tell to me, thank you for giving me the TV. But I don't need the TV. I'm happy you got me the car.
I needed the car.
I needed the car.
Steve's got the car.
But she did drive out with the TV in the trunk, and the trunk was half
Did you
open.
carry it for her, Steve?
No, but I watched the guy. I got a bad. Remember I told you about my back?
Oh, yeah.
I got a bad back.
Too many TVs.
Too many TVs over the years. Threw my back out. TVs used to be heavier. Today today they are a lot lighter. But with all that, if I just advertise those two things alone, that's enough to come down here and buy a car. I don't care if you have to drive a half hour, 45 minutes. If everybody in your market area is telling you no, 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 and you feel forced to have to go to a buy here, pay here lot, or some garage on one of these, off the road streets where, a guy has 50 cars in stock and it's a trailer, and you're saying, do I really trust this guy? But you need transportation. You end up buying there at a high interest rate, fees and everything else. Why not come to a brand new car dealer that's giving you the deal I'm giving you and going to take care of you? Because the one thing people do know in this city that my reputation has been.
You're getting them down the road.
I'm getting them down the road. I'm getting them out of the road trades, and I do take care of my customers. Yeah, baby, let's go. 2019 Nissan Sentra, sign and drive, $159 a month. 2019 Rogue S, all-wheel drive, $209 per month, sign and drive. The all-new Ultima 2019 SR, $219 per month, sign and drive. Remember, no cap cost reduction at the all-new Devon Nissan. Large 55-inch 4K smart TV included with the purchase of any new or pre-owned automobile. Trade amnesty, credit amnesty, and don't forget, we're closer than you think. You know me, Philly. Just do the deal.
We are almost out of time. Number one, we've said it once and we're going to say it again. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, of course here in the Keystone State, and Delaware, the all-new Devon Nissan is closer than you think. No matter where you're watching us in the Delaware and Lehigh Valleys, we are closer than you think. In addition to that, right now, between now and the close of business Saturday, tremendous offers. Number one, 2019 Nissan Sentra. Listen to this. Sign and drive, zero cap cost reduction, and $159 a month. Steve, what do you say to that deal?
Just do the deal.
From there, the number one selling Nissan Rogue. It is the S model. And in addition to that, available in the all-wheel drive. Steve, we are talking about the number one selling SUV, sign and drive at $209 a month. Steve, what do you say to that deal?
Just do the deal.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Sport SR 2019, sign and drive on the Ultima. Right now, $219 a month. Steve, what do you say to that deal?
Just do the deal. And remember, your credit does not define who you are. At Devon Nissan, with me, Steve Silverio, your credit does not define who you are.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, a large college-educated flat-screen TV included with your purchase. We have hundreds of trades, and we need to get rid of them. Steve, no reasonable offer on those trades are going to be refused, so you owe it to yourself to get down here to the all-new Devon Nissan, where Steve loves to say,
just do the deal.
And remember, Steve is closer than you think. We'll see you here at the all-new Devon Nissan. Steve, take us away.
Just do the deal.